Welcome to the Facilitators Training Module for the Samaritan 500P AED Trainer. This is a Train the Trainer module to teach Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency members how to use the new Samaritan 500P AED. After completing this lesson, you will be able to operate the Samaritan 500P AED Trainer, facilitate training for firefighter medical first responders, troubleshoot problems, perform maintenance on the trainer, and record attendance for training records. This illustration shows the various parts of the AED trainer. You may press pause to have a look through each of these parts, but this lesson will cover the parts individually. The trainer is a replica of the actual AED, but its face color is yellow, so it's easily identifiable. The data cable will not be used by facilitators, but will be located in the blue zip pouch along with the charger, remote control, manual, and extra pads. The remote control for this unit will be operated by facilitators to lead firefighters through various scenarios during their training. Each section of the remote control has different functions for the AED. Power and volume are at the top, scenarios in the middle, and CPR feedback controls at the bottom. We'll cover each of these separately. AED trainers should be fully charged before use. The unit will prompt you when the battery is low, but it will slow in cadence and lower the audible voice when it's low. The unit will take a maximum of 6 hours to fully charge and will provide approximately 7 hours of operation. Please note that if the trainer is not functioning properly, it may require charging. The training model has an internal rechargeable battery. If the trainer does not hold a charge, please contact logistics. The trainer must be manually turned on by the green on-off button. The remote control will not turn the trainer on, but it is able to turn the trainer off. If the unit is The trainer AED Pad-Pak is bright yellow and matches the trainer face. In the upper right corner of this slide, you can see both the adult Pad-Pak in gray and the pediatric Pad-Pak in pink. The trainer Pad-Pak does not contain a battery like the actual Samaritan 500P AED. There is a coil mechanism with a handle on the back of this Pad-Pak to rewind the pads for storage. Pads can be replaced when needed using the Velcro tabs attached to the pack. Extra pads can be found in the blue zip pouch of the carrying case. Contact logistics when you need additional pads. Ensure the Pad-Pak is firmly clicked in place before. To begin your training, have the rescuer turn the AED on by pressing the green on-off button. Note the trainer will automatically start in the last scenario used. Facilitators can change the scenario by pressing one of the 6 scenario buttons. A list of scenarios can be found on slide 15 or in the user manual. You may pause the trainer at any time to coach rescuers and easily resume by pressing the pause play button. The Samaritan 500P is a public-use AED and will prompt users through basic instructions that should be known to medical first responders. Facilitators can shorten this prompting by pressing the Attach Electrodes button as soon as pads are in place. The scenario will not continue until this button is pressed on the remote. If the pads come free during a scenario, or if the pads are in the wrong spot, facilitators can prompt the rescue to check pads by pressing the Attach Electrodes button. If check pads is prompted, the scenario will not resume until the facilitator presses the Samaritan 500P trainer will not prompt rescuers on CPR technique. It is the facilitator's responsibility to coach and correct CPR methods during training. The plus button should be pressed when a rescuer is pushing too fast. The trainer will prompt the rescuer to push slower. If the rescuer is compressing too slowly, the minus button will prompt the rescuer to push faster. It is important to remember once a plus or minus button is pressed, the trainer will continue to prompt the same message no matter what other button is pressed until the facilitator presses the good compression button. The CPR advisor will also assist with the depth of compressions. If compressions are not deep enough, press the minus button to advise the rescuer to push harder. This will also provide a visual prompt on the CPR indicator by removing the green lights. Should a rescuer stop compressing altogether, facilitators may prompt the rescuer to start CPR by pressing the /0 button. The CPR indicator will remove all but one orange flashing light. Each of these commands will require the facilitator to press the Good Compressions button on the right side before any other prompt can be used. All lights will return on the CPR indicator once good compressions are selected. Each scenario has a specific order of functions which can be found on slide 15 or in the manual. Facilitators may change the shock or no shock advised options by pressing one of the two buttons. The trainer will remain in the mode chosen until another mode is selected, but it is possible to toggle between the two modes. CPR will not be interrupted by pressing a shock mode. The trainer will continue through a full 2 minutes of CPR before analyzing the patient. Rescuers will need to press the shock button when advised. You may pause the trainer at any time during a scenario to coach or provide teaching points. When pressing any of the remote control function buttons, an audible double beep should be heard. If you don't hear a double beep, press the function button again. If the AED prompter is talking when you press a button, it may not register your request. There is a delay of up to 15 CPR beeps to hear an audible prompt that you have requested. During scenarios 5 and 6, the trainer will play an audible change in sound when it's time to administer ventilations. This is for training rescuers only. It will never be heard on the actual AED. When the training battery is getting low, it will play an audible, warning, low battery. The trainer will continue to function, but if it gets too low, it will automatically shut off. The trainer should be plugged into charge after use. The LED indicator on the charger port will go from a solid red during its charge to a flashing red when it is almost finished. The LED will go out completely when it's fully charged. There are no internal serviceable parts on this trainer, so it must not be opened. Please contact logistics if there is a problem with the trainer. Replace remote batteries with 2 AAA batteries when required. Do not push the red off button while charging batteries, or it will enter a pairing mode, which will render the remote unusable until it's reconfigured. The Samaritan 500P Trainer is not designed for use in wet environments. This is a list of scenarios available to facilitators. Scenarios 5 and 6 are the same as 1 and 2, except for the addition of the audible ventilation change. Facilitators can change the function of any scenario by using the function buttons. A list of scenarios can also be found in the A T165 or 166 daily training report must be completed for each training module you instruct. General information on the location, date, and time is entered at the top of the form. Your theory will be listed as key objectives from the Samaritan 500P PowerPoint. Practical remarks will come from key points and objectives you teach during your training evolution and should include a list of scenarios you use to instruct. A full list of participants and facilitators, which include employee numbers, goes on the bottom of the form. The form is a fillable document and can be found on the ELC as listed. You should now be able to do the following: operate the Samaritan 500P AED Trainer, facilitate training for firefighter medical first responders, perform maintenance on the trainer, and record attendance for training records. Thank you for reviewing the Samaritan 500P Trainer lesson. If you have any questions, please contact the Professional Development, Training and Safety Division.